Hey guys, so today we have a bit more of a concerning video, and it's a similar topic to a video I've done in the past. And yeah, so let's just get into it. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement. Let's just get into it. And the video that I'm referring to is the one about that woman that was making content on TikTok talking about the cancer that she has, and she even had a GoFundMe page to help her chemotherapy and things, and then turned out that she was completely lying. Just everything was a lie. And then obviously the GoFundMe page got taken down and people were refunded, and a whole, bunch of things happened. And I'm pretty sure she was facing like criminal charges because of the fraudulent way that she collected the GoFundMe money and other donations that she had and all the help that she had, because I bet people were like, do you want to go on holiday, do you want to do this? So, people like to, rightfully so, help out people that are struggling, but not when that person is lying. Now we have a very similar thing here, but worse. I know. So today was with the Harris family. I can't even find their TikTok page anymore. I think it got taken down, at least for a little bit. Maybe the woman running the page is panicking and is kind of trying to take everything down. But here is an article by Dexerto. I never know how to say that. But they basically did like a Spark Notes rundown of everything that happened. So the mother of this family is called Alana Harris, and she has this baby who she claims is extremely sick. Extremely ill, and is using that for sympathy and views, I guess, on TikTok. And turns out this baby is not sick naturally, but she is making this baby ill. I mean, we have another Gypsy Rose Blanchard situation on our hands, and this is getting disgusting. So this is not only like a fraud attention thing like with the cancer situation, but it's also a Munchausen by proxy situation, which is even crazier. Okay, so let's put this full screen. Let's just read through this article just so we get like I said, a spark notes of what is happening. So Harris family TikTok controversy explained. What are the allegations against Alana Harris? This is Alana, and this is the baby in question. So they're an Australian family. She's obviously the influencer behind the family. You guys know how I feel about family channels as is, let alone when you have Munchausen by proxy and you're making your baby sick for attention. Australian family influencer Alana Harris, known online from the Harris family on TikTok, has been accused of drugging her 1-year-old daughter Daisy Harris, who she claimed had a brain tumor. So she's a prominent figure and parent influencer on TikTok alongside her husband Brock, where her account, the Harris family, has garnered over 1 million followers by documenting their family life online with their 4 children. So their content mainly focused on their care for their youngest daughter Daisy, who they claimed had a brain tumor. Obviously awful. Everyone felt so bad. Always sending prayers and thoughts for this child, who obviously just doesn't deserve, no one deserves a brain tumor, but you guys know what I mean. Throughout her medical struggles, Alana, Brock, and the rest of the Harris family have been asking their TikTok followers for help in covering her medical expenses, even starting a GoFundMe fundraiser. It's now been reported that Alana has been accused of drugging her daughter, actually leading to her being hospitalized for months, suffering from seizures and undergoing 2 brain surgeries. So what are the accusations? Okay, let's just get into it. The allegations came to light after an anonymous whistleblower shared personal details about the family on social media. So a screenshot of a text message read, "Got some Harris family goss for you. So the mum/dad, or mum and dad, have drugged Daisy the whole time." Now I want to know, was it just the mum and everyone else just thinks this baby has a brain tumor? So does the dad think genuinely like this baby has a brain tumor and we're dealing with that? Or are they both in the know on this? And then you'd have to have 2 people that have Munchausen by proxy, and they both just happen to find each other and get into a relationship and decide to do that to one of their children. So I'm almost verging on it's just the mum doing it and the dad is genuinely convinced that this baby has a brain tumor, because I can't see how you'd find 2 such sick individuals who just so happened to get into a relationship together. Some of the nurses started following her Insta page /TikTok and was like, no, she's spreading false info. She doesn't have a brain tumor and she was never palliative. After her last brain surgery, which found nothing, the children's hospital, the fact that you'd put your 1-year-old through actual surgery to continue this lie. Like, not only are you just lying, okay, that's one thing, that's bad, it's one thing. You're drugging your daughter, that's another thing, awful. But you willingly put your 1-year-old daughter through surgery, fully well knowing that there is nothing wrong with this baby. After her last brain surgery, which found nothing, the children's hospital decided to run a toxicology report, and it showed that Daisy had a high reading for benzodiazepines, which is like Valium, etc. So like anti-anxiety medication essentially, which for a baby must be crazy. Obviously, it's going to cause seizures, obviously. Kids have been taken off them, and I'm not too sure where the mum and dad are. However, Daisy's under the care of child protection and is still in hospital, awake, sitting up, eating, being a normal 1-year-old. So, like, no more seizures, no more symptoms of a brain tumor, because it doesn't exist, allegedly. She said, oh my fucking God, are you serious? Their concerns prompted further investigation, ultimately uncovering that Daisy's symptoms were linked to elevated levels of benzodiazepines in her system. A toxicology report confirmed the findings, prompting Child Protective Services to intervene. So the source added that with this discovery, Daisy and the couple's other 3 kids have been taken from them. They also said that Daisy is doing well and has been placed with Child Protective Services as the investigation continues. So the dad is now denying any involvement in the case. Like I said, I had a feeling this would happen. So fans quickly got worried about Brock, who seemingly disappeared and was declared AWOL by his niece, who admitted the family had heard what was happening, but that Brock had gone missing. I mean, I would also have, like, such a mental breakdown. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's just assume that the dad had no clue and genuinely thought his baby had a brain tumor that was obviously impacting her, like, quality of life. You're obviously terrified, devastated, all of the above. And then you find out your wife, who you've had 4 kids with now, and you've shared a life with, has been drugging your 1-year-old, causing her to have seizures and undergo unnecessary brain surgery. I mean, I would have a mental breakdown. Like, I would. I just wouldn't know what to do with myself, you know? Because, like, who have I been living with this whole time? Who are you? I don't know you. I don't know who you are. However, he soon reappeared online and released a public statement denying any involvement in Alana's alleged actions, though appearing to confirm them to be true. So he said, I figured this would be the fastest way to reach everybody, as I know everyone likes to gossip. For what it's worth, I had no idea about what Alana was doing to Daisy. I pushed for those surgeries because in my heart, I felt that it would help. I didn't realize that Daisy was being drugged the entire time, causing her symptoms to be what they were. I'm assuming what was supposed to be said there. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a good dad, and I do my best to love and protect my children. I should have done better for them. I'm sorry I couldn't protect Daisy the way I should have. The children have been taken into custody under speculation that potentially had something to do with this. Obviously, they're just going to have to, like, cross their T's and dot their I's, even if he wasn't involved and the children do end up going back to him. It's better to be safe than sorry and just take them away from both parents for now, but that obviously sucks. Obviously, it sucks for the 1-year-old to have been put through that, but then it sucks for the other 3 kids to not know any of this was happening and just be taken away from their parents. It must be so traumatizing. And for what? For views? For money? For attention? For a GoFundMe? Like, what is this for? I don't understand. And I just don't even want to think about the long-term effects of giving a baby benzos. Like, I don't want to think about the long-term effects of the fact that you were causing seizures unnecessary on your 1-year-old. Because even though she's been taken away from you now and is obviously not going to be in that situation anymore, I just wonder if this is going to have long-lasting impact on her health, right? Like, how could you do that to your own child? It's so crazy. On everything I have ever known and ever loved, I had no idea what Alana was doing. Alana, you're an absolute monster. You win. To all 4 of my beautiful, beautiful children, I love you so dearly. I'm so sorry, which is obviously devastating. Alana's documentation of her children's health struggles had drawn criticism in the past, with some accusing her of exploiting their pain for clout and financial gain. Their TikTok and other social media platforms have also been deleted. While fans seem invested in the story, neither police nor CPS have confirmed if this is true. We'll keep you updated as the story progresses. So that's essentially what we know. I mean, obviously, allegedly, I'm not here to be spreading false rumors, but we're just going to go through. I have 9 TikToks to watch about this thing, and this is stuff that was coming up on my For You page, and people were tagging me in, and then I had to, like, look into, you know, the back end context of this story, and that article came up, which I thought pretty well summarized everything.
I'm currently going down the rabbit hole about this popular TikTok family and the horrendous case of Munchausen by proxy. Little Daisy has been the center of their content on their page for some time now, gaining them over 1 million followers of people across the world emotionally invested in Daisy's story. It began with her having multiple seizures a day, nodding in and out of consciousness, to eventually being told that she had tuberous sclerosis and had multiple tumors in her brain causing these issues. Her mother went on to explain that these tumors would eventually form everywhere from her brain to her lungs, heart, liver, spine, etc. Daisy eventually was not only experiencing multiple seizures throughout the day, but also sleeping about 18 hours a day, according to her mother, Alana. This quickly transitioned into her going into cardiac arrest multiple times. Daisy has had to undergo multiple brain surgeries, all while being documented by her mother for content. As more and more people were becoming invested in Daisy's story and gaining more followers, Some of Daisy's nurses came across the Harris family page, and it began to set off some huge red flags. It has now come out that Daisy's mom has been poisoning Daisy and drugging her into the paralyzed state she's been experiencing, which has also allegedly been the reason for not only the seizures, but also the episodes of cardiac arrest. This is a developing story.
So as you guys can see some of the clips of the content that she has posted in the past, I think it gives you a good idea of the kind of stuff that she was posting for sympathy. We have this.
Alana Harris family allegations. There are a lot of unanswered questions amongst the allegations that Alana Harris has been drugging her daughter Daisy, causing her to experience seizures, cardiac arrest, and periods of unconsciousness, resulting in multiple brain surgeries. I'm finding out more details as I continue to dig, and here are some of the answers I found. The brain surgeries were not because the doctors had found tumors, but were considered to be exploratory, because of all Daisy's symptoms that we now know were induced by Alana drugging her. When Daisy's nurses discovered Alana's TikTok where she was speaking about the tumors and claims that Daisy was placed on palliative care, they immediately knew something was off, since neither were the truth. The hospital then decided to run a tox screen on baby Daisy, and it came back that she had high levels of benzodiazepines, also known as Valium. This discovery solved the mystery of Daisy's fake illnesses. Daisy was immediately removed from her parents' care and placed into protective custody.
Right, so that's obviously the rundown and some of the clips. And then we have this. So we have a few clips of how she was behaving and obviously just pretending that all of this is true.
In my life, because Ellie just had a seizure and blew in my arms.
Also, I didn't see a singular tear. I know, sometimes you can cry without wet on your face, but with how she is sobbing, you'd expect at least an eye-watering. We're getting nothing, it's dry. It's a Sahara desert.
Hospital, her temperature was still over 40 degrees and it didn't come down for like several hours. She was so hot and sweaty, but she just wanted to cuddle us.
These kind of videos, I understand bringing awareness to something or seeking help, even a GoFundMe, like posting content to be able to afford care for your child, but it's this kind of content, the kind of voiceover and like the whole thing that just makes it sound so fake, and it's giving the same vibes as, one of the Mormon mums that like danced in front of her baby in the NICU. What was the, like this? Go off choreography. So the whole time she's obviously like, let me mute this, was taken in because of low oxygen, test positive for RSV, waiting for him to breathe better on his own, just love me, like that's amazing. That's the vibe that it gives me, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Then we have this.
The last couple of months, our lives have changed so much. We have gone from living normal lives to now living in the hospital.
Because of you. Like, that's your doing. How crazy is that she caused this? And then she's like, guys, it's been so hard.
Daisy is now having seizures that last anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours at a time, and she's having more than one of these a day. I kept getting notifications from my PO box to come and collect my stuff, so I thought I could do a bit of a haul in another video.
How are people watching this content? Because she's insufferable even without knowing. Doing my PO box haul in a hospital while my child is like undergoing did people find this enjoyable, or did people not think from the get-go this is weird? I think that is copyrighted music. But yeah, people are saying like, what tears are you wiping? Even in this clip, there's not a tear to be seen. And in that other video I showed you guys, there was not a tear to be seen. So I just don't quite know what's happening. Then we have...
We're just told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumors. My baby girl, she's so little. And she...
Third clip of her crying, not a singular tear. Is she just one of those people that cries with no tears? Or is that really poor acting? Because to me, this looks like very poor acting. But I don't know if I'm just being biased because I already know. Whereas if I was watching this, if I didn't know. But like, to me, this looks like really bad acting. Allegedly, because all of this could still be true. I don't know.
She's riddled with tumors. She has benign, which is an amazing part of the story, tumors all over her body. They said, don't be alarmed because she will have them in her heart, her kidneys, her lungs, her nerves, her spinal cord, her eyes.
I also don't really believe in like supernatural stuff or manifesting or God or anything like that. You guys know me, right? But I think this is like putting really bad energy on your baby. I just think if you have a healthy baby and you're like, oh, my baby has tumors all over their brain and heart and lungs, and you're just telling lies, I just feel like you're putting really bad energy out into the universe.
I said, how many tumours does she have in her brain? And that's when they said there's too many to even count. Her head would just like drop and go completely floppy, and then she would come back and then it would drop again and her eyes would like roll back. I was diagnosed on Friday with epilepsy, Sunday with infantile spasms, and then Thursday with tuberous sclerosis complex. I need a hug. I need a hug.
Psychotic. Like, obviously there's a bit of writing on screen. The child you're seeing in these videos is not sick and never was. She was being drugged by her influencer mother the entire time. How could a mother do this to a child? But obviously, yeah, just showing all the content that we kind of missed out on, I guess, because now she's missed out on. I just mean that we can't see now because she's taken down the page, or someone has taken down the page. And obviously showing the text. But yeah, I just want to show you guys some of the context of like how far this lie was going and how much she was documenting. And here's the last one that we have.
Post saying that this mother gave her baby substances to make the child appear sick so that doctors would give this child surgeries and other medical procedures. Everything I'm about to say is alleged. We have no idea what's legally going on behind the scenes, but I will tell you what we know so far publicly. So this woman, Alana, has been documenting the medical journey of her 1-year-old child. She has claimed that her child has all these tumors. The baby has had to have, I believe, 2 brain surgeries. She at one point, and that something wasn't right. They even raised over $60,000 to help with all their troubles. Now, apparently, the mom said something about the baby sleeping for 100 hours at one point, and that they were going to do palliative care since that second brain surgery didn't work out properly. But then after that, they vanished, okay? They just weren't on the internet anymore. People had no idea what was going on. A lot of people thought the little baby passed away. Flash forward to, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and there were people on Facebook commenting what seemed like crazy information. They were saying that she was giving the baby substances, that this was all a lie. This person claimed that her children are now with social services, all sorts of stuff. Now, there was absolutely no evidence at this point, and a lot of these Facebook pages kind of shut that down. Like, we're not going to talk about this without any proof because that's crazy to claim that she could have Munchausen by proxy. And then about a week ago, her husband, which I guess they're broken up now, was on Tinder. And so people were saying how evil he was to be on Tinder when he has a sick baby and like what is going on. No one knew what was happening. Flash forward to now. I believe this was...
I understand that like he's on Tinder because they're obviously separating like ASAP. But I also do think there's something crazy about going through that as a man and your first thought is to go on Tinder. Like, have a mental breakdown on your own in peace. You don't need to go on Tinder. How crazy.
Today or maybe late last night when the husband, the father of this child, made this post. I figured this would be the fastest way to... I've had no part in...
And then he also says, I guess we missed out on that in the article. It says, I also just want to add to all the people that have dragged me through the dirt and said all those terrible things about me. When the truth comes out, and it absolutely will, I hope you all feel absolutely horrible for the nasty, hurtful, and terrible things you've all said about me. I've had no part in any of this, and I've only done my best to support Daisy in her medical journey.
A family member also made this post saying to stop messaging them about what's going on, that of course they're aware of what's happening. This is their family, not yours. They said that Brock wasn't involved, they weren't involved, leave them out of it, and I agree. If you know who this family member is, leave them alone. I don't know how true this is, but people are saying that nurses saw her videos and realized that there are discrepancies in what she was saying and the actual care her child was getting. So as of right now...
I just don't understand the nerve to like do all of this, fully well knowing that you're making the hospitals do all these things, you know, the explorative, you know, brain surgeries and blah blah, and you're still documenting everything and saying things that you know aren't true. Like double, because even the lie that you're telling the hospital is not the same thing that you're saying on TikTok, and then none of that is really true to what's actually true. So did you not think at any point someone from the hospital is going to see those TikToks and go, you're telling us and them a different story, what if neither of it is true? And that's exactly what happened. I just think there's such a nerve to do all of this. Anyway, that's kind of where the story is for now, but I'll keep you guys updated, I guess, if there's any updates. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.